Welcome to the OK Let's Learn podcast. This is where we dive into books and stories with our OK Book Club and where we learn about people and tons of different topics. My name is Kevin O'Keefe. So today, OK, let's learn and read together Arachne the Weaver, the original Greek myth that is all about the origin story of nature's first artist, nature's first craftsman. Long ago in ancient Greece, there lived a young woman named Arachne. She lived in a small village where people worked hard every day. Some were farmers, some were builders, some were artists. And yes, Arachne, she was an artist, but not with paint or clay. You see, Arachne was a weaver. A weaver is someone that spins yarns and threads to make cloth. She did this by using what they called a wooden frame, which was a loom. From the time she was very young, Arachne loved to work with this thread. She would sit at her loom for hours, carefully weaving colorful threads together to make beautiful cloth. Her hands moved quickly and skillfully, and her designs were neat, detailed, and full of life. Soon, people began to notice. Neighbors, people from all over came to see her work, to watch her work. Travelers stopped into the village just to see her weaving. They whispered to one another as they watched her hands fly across the loom. "I've never seen anything like this," one person said. "Her work is perfect," said another. Before long, everyone agreed Arachne was the best weaver anyone had ever seen. But as the praise grew, something else grew too. Arachne became pompous. Arachne became someone that was gloating all the time. And boy, was she proud. Probably too proud. She loved hearing people talk about her talent. She loved being admired. And after a while, she just didn't think she was a great weaver. She thought she was the greatest weaver of all, anywhere, anytime. One day, someone said to her, "Arachne, you must have been taught by Athena, who is the goddess of wisdom and weaving." Athena was one of the most powerful gods on Mount Olympus. She was known as the protector of knowledge, skill, and craftsmanship, the goddess of Athens. But Arachne, when she heard this, she laughed. "I don't need Athena," she said proudly. "I taught myself. My weaving is better than hers could ever be." The people gasp. Speaking badly about a god? Oh boy, that was dangerous. That was wrong. You don't do that. But Arachne didn't stop. "I challenge Athena to a contest. Let her come and see who the better weaver truly is." Word of Arachne's challenge traveled far and wide, and eventually it reached Athena up on Mount Olympus herself. Athena, she wasn't angry at first and instead, she decided to visit Arachne, but in a disguise. She came to the village dressed as an old woman leaning on a walking stick. "Arachne," the old woman said kindly, "your weaving is beautiful, but you should show respect to the gods. Be proud, but not too proud." Arachne frowned. That's all she did. "Old woman, you don't understand. I am the best. If Athena thinks that she can beat me, she should come here herself." And at that moment, the old woman stood straight up. A bright light filled the room. The disguise disappeared. And out of the shadows, out of the smoke, appeared Athena. The god Athena. The room fell silent. She looked at Arachne and said, "You have challenged me? Very well. We will have a contest right here, right now." Each of them set up a loom. Athena began to weave a tapestry that showed the gods in all their power and wisdom. Her weaving was perfect, impeccable. Every line was straight. Every color was rich. Every picture was clear. Arachne then began her tapestry too. Her hands moved quickly, just as they always had. Her weaving was also beautiful, detailed, and skillful. But the gods that she wove weren't at all even remotely close to what Athena had put together. Upset, embarrassed, Arachne turned and ran away, ran from the room. Athena came to her side. "Where are you going, my dear?" "I thought I was the best. I thought I was great. I thought no one could be better than me, but you're the best. And no matter how long and hard I work, I'm never going to be as good as you. I'm never going to weave again." And then Athena got angry. Athena looked her in the eye and said in her anger, "You, my dear Arachne, had shown no respect, no humility, no kindness towards myself and the gods and certainly everyone else. Your pride had gone too far." In her anger, Athena tore up Arachne's tapestry and broke her loom. Arachne was filled with shame, and she realized too late that being pompous, gloating, and a pride was too much. She had hurt others and she had hurt herself. Seeing this, Athena's anger started to fade. She felt pity. "Oh, Arachne, you will still weave. You will still be able to have another day." You see, Arachne, everyone is born with some gift or talent. If you could only figure out what it is, but use it appropriately, use it without boasting, and use it with humility. That's what your skills should be. That's how you should treat others. Don't waste it by just putting other people down, making yourself rise up. Oh, I'm going to make sure that you still weave again. And in that moment, Arachne felt a strange feeling moving through her body, starting at her fingertips. The air in the room grew still. The strange movement in her fingertips were the same fingertips that had woven such beautiful cloth. They began to tingle, grow lighter, as if they were no longer quite the same. The broken loom beside her began to fade from sight. Arachne tried to speak, but no words came out. Athena raised her hand, and a soft, shimmering light filled the room. It wasn't harsh or frightening. It just glowed gently like moonlight wrapped around Arachne, like a slow, quiet wind. Arachne felt herself getting smaller and smaller. Her arms grew thinner, stretching and bending in new ways. Her hands, once so skilled making thread, they changed shape. They were now long and delicate. Her legs followed, becoming light and quick. Oh, they were so light and quick that now they could climb and hang rather than just walking on the ground. As the light surrounded her, Arachne felt no pain, only wonder and sadness, all mixed together. The room, all of a sudden, was much bigger than it was before. Above her, she could see Athena watching carefully, making sure that the change was complete. Athena's voice was now calm and steady. "Arachne, you will remember who you were, and you will remember what pride can do." When the light faded, Arachne was no longer standing on the floor. She was clinging to a thin thread that shimmered like silver. She looked down and saw that her body was small now. It was covered in fine hairs. Her body was light enough to float on the air, and she could feel the thread in her fingers. And how strong she was, even though she was small and delicate and completely transformed. Arachne was a spider. Without being taught, without being instructed, she began to spin. The thread flowed through her, spinning, stretching in beautiful, impeccably designed lines. She moved carefully, connecting one strand to another, and she built a web that was strong, beautiful, and in perfect balance. Oh, yeah, she was still weaving, but she wasn't a human being. Athena, looking down at her, said in one final moment, "So long as there's spiders, the world will always remember your skill, Arachne." And with that, Athena was gone forever, and Arachne remained, spinning quietly, her webs catching the light, a reminder that talent is powerful, but humility is greater. You see, friends, arachnids are spiders. The word arachnid comes from Arachne, the weaver in this ancient Greek myth. You see, spiders are a different group of animals, and they're different specifically from insects because spiders have 8 legs instead of 6 that insects have, and spiders have 2 body parts instead of 3 that insects have. This is the Greek myth that explains the origin of the greatest weaver of all. Yes, the spider. And it is a myth that does give us a lesson. Not all give us morals, give us ideas, give us something to ponder, but certainly this one does. And it reminds us that talent is a gift, but pride can really ruin even the greatest skill. True greatness comes from respect, thinking of others first, not putting yourself first, and knowing that we can always learn from others. Yes, it's a perfect way to end the podcast that focuses on learning. Friends, thanks for staying with me on this journey with another Greek myth, Arachne the Weaver. Please reach out to me at kevmok21@gmail.com. Comments, questions, reflections, disagreements, agreements, any kind of feedback is always appreciated. And I'll add this. What episodes would you like to see in the future? Any topic, any person, and certainly there is a focus on books and stories. My target audience, as you've seen, as I've talked about, is both for kids and adults, family friendly. There's always something new we can learn. So until next time, have fun and keep learning.